wonderful Gemini, welcome back to the channel. This is Gwendolyn, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Gemini for May, and while I'm shuffling here, I'll talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky this month. We've got a new moon, May 15th in Taurus, which is your 12th house. So there may be some new dreams or new visions, new plans that you may have had for a while, Gemini, that you're finally ready to put some action towards or to plant those seeds towards. 12th house represents spirituality, connecting with the divine, connecting with the universe. It represents your long-term dreams and hopes. It also represents your secret self. So the new moon in Taurus may be an opportunity, Gemini, to start something related to those themes. You know, start something. I always get with new moon in 12th house as don't let weeds grow around your dreams. It's a good time to plant a seed related to like a long-held dream that you've had, Gemini. And then at the end of the month, we've got a full moon in Sag, which is, or Sagittarius, I should say, which is your 7th house, and it's the house of partnerships. So it's a wonderful time for your relationships, Gemini. It's like having a full spotlight there. It could bring things to the surface. It illuminates your 7th house. So if there's been anything that's been hanging out in the corners or the shadows, sort of like a blind spot in relation to your 7th house, your partnerships, relationships, it could be a time when you get insight related to that. So that's May 29th. But mostly I just see it as like a star shining for you. You know, it's the full moon illuminating and putting a spotlight on your 7th house, partnerships. So I see that as being very nice for you. Let's take a look at see what the cards have to say. We've opened with 2 of fire in reverse, then 8 of wands, the devil. Then we've got the Daughter of Fire. I'm using, by the way, the Vision Quest Tarot here. This is a new deck I got for my birthday, and I'm loving it. Then we have the 5 of Swords, or 5 of Air. The 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Coins. Queen of Coins, both of these in reverse. And then the 5 of Coins in reverse. Lots of coins energy here, which makes sense because there's a lot in the middle of the month. There's a lot going on with Taurus, which is an earth sign. There's going to be Mercury in Taurus. The new moon is in Taurus, and Uranus is going to be showing up in Taurus right around that time. So there could be some surprises regarding money, Gemini, especially middle of the month. Looks like we've got 4 of Wands, followed by 7 of Wands, 4 of Earth, and then the Knight of Earth. So wow, again, look at all this Earth energy. Maybe a real month for you of financial considerations, Gemini. You know, I'm seeing a lot of coins energy here, and especially with those planets. I think, you know, in May we've got 7 major planets in earth signs, 4 of them in Taurus and 3 of them in Capricorn. So, and with Uranus coming into Taurus, again, this is your 12th house. So it could be like, you know, for some of you, it could be money that wasn't available for your dreams now becomes available. Or it could be a shakeup in terms of money, just something unexpected. It could be something landing in your lap. I mean, that's what 10, excuse me. 10 of Coins is an unexpected amount of money, usually an inheritance or a windfall. It's usually just like a lot of coins falling in your lap. And with Queen of Coins, that has to do with, you know, stability and structure and feeling like you've got all your bottom line sorted out. So, excuse me. So I'm seeing a lot of earth energy for you in May, is essentially what I'm seeing. And it may be that there's some changes afoot for you, especially towards the middle of the month. And they might be good changes, Gemini. Regardless, Uranus is usually unexpected. So it's usually unforeseen. It shakes things up. So some of you may be getting you know, new streams of income that you didn't see happening before. For some of you, it may mean that you know, say get a benefits package that is edited. But let's take a look at the cards and see what they have to say. So we start off with Two of Wands in the reverse. This is saying that there's a decision that needs to be made, but you're resisting making that decision. This is called will, and it means when you have two of fire, it means like feeling like you have the world in the palm of your hands, but for some reason, you're not wanting to make a decision. You're not wanting to take action towards that decision. You kind of just want to deliberate a while longer at the beginning of May is what I see, Gemini. But I do see, you know, communication happening. This is insight. This is Eight of Wands. And this is things moving rapidly. So what I'm seeing is that it may take you a while to make this decision. You may be hesitating to make it. But once you make it, things move rapidly. This is Eight of Wands. This is communication, wands flying through the air, things being 80 to 90% lined up. It is when it's sort of like when the pot of water boils rapidly. Once you make this decision, things go forward drastically, you know, quickly. It's very forward movement that goes quickly. So it may take you a moment to decide that, but when you do, stuff starts clicking into place. I do see the Devil here, which this speaks to me of restriction. It's called torment in this deck. And I'm really reading it here. I'm really seeing him bound to that pole. And I'm really seeing it as, it's funny to me because I'm seeing this Devil card and this Two of Wands, which means will, surrounding this insight. So is there, I'm going to ask you a question, Gemini, is there something that is preventing you from making a decision at the beginning of May? Is there something that's tormenting you, something that's on your mind? That this could even just be something like a bad habit, like gambling or cigarettes or shopping addiction or, you know, sex addiction. Anytime I see the Devil, I always think of addictions. It's things that have control over us, that we don't have control over them. It's something being restricted and tormented. And I think, Gemini, that this is related to you not being able to make this decision going forward. But I also get that once you do, it's electric. It goes, like, once you get that monkey off your back, things go forward quickly and easily is what Eight of Wands tells me. Things flow very naturally. It's almost like opening a dam and it just flows. So once, you know, gears may be grinding while you're trying to make a decision, but once you decide, it just opens everything up. That's what I'm getting from these first three cards. And then I see here, we've got the Daughter of Fire. This could be a fire sign that you're dealing with, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This may be a younger person who is a fire sign. This represents the Page of Fire, which is all about enthusiasm and motivation, someone who has quick-moving energy. I always think of like a skateboarder or a teenager where it's fire in all directions. It's a lot of unharnessed fire energy. And I'm getting that, you know, for some of you who may be parents, you may be struggling with a fire sign child of yours. Again, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And then it's kind of binding you up until you make a decision about implementing something one way or another, until you have this communication with them. So for those of you who are parents to a fire sign child, I'm really getting that that's the issue for you. For those of you, it may be also just dealing with a fire sign person, in which case you may have to make a decision about whether you're still make a decision about whether to talk to them about what is going on with them, which is kind of keeping you up at night, or just, it's keeping you in its grip. You're not being able to be released from it because there's something going on. And if it's just if it doesn't have to do with a fire sign person, it could just be an internal thing where your over anxiety or worry about this is sapping you of all your motivation, enthusiasm, your sort of will to live, will to life, is what I'm seeing. Is that instead of going out there and living your best life and being excited and happy and, you know, happy-go-lucky, that you're bound to this pull of what's keeping you up at night. What do you feel like you belong to, or that owns you, that you're not getting to be as free as you want, Gemini? What is it that you need to release yourself from? That's what I need to ask you for the first week of May. What do you need to release yourself from, Gemini, to make this decision and go forward, to unlock your passion, your enthusiasm, your motivation? What is that? How can you sever these ties? I do see in the middle of the month, again, we're heading into that new moon in Taurus. It's all about Taurus energy. Uranus is in Taurus. Mercury will be in Taurus. And there's a new opportunity in terms of money. There's 10 of coins, which is here, which is wealth. Again, is the inheritance card or windfall of money. There's Queen of Coins, who's one of the masters of the physical realm. She knows how to manage money. She knows how to manage a budget. She knows how to get a good return on her money. She's very down to earth and grounded. She just is very practical and reliable. And then I see 5 of coins also in reverse, which has to do with loss. Here it's called insecurity. It's really interesting. Mother of Earth is the person who makes the decisions regarding the money. So I see on either side is 10 of Earth, wealth, and on the other side is 5 of Earth, which is usually loss or insecurity. So what I'm really seeing is that your money situation in May, Gemini, really has to do with the decisions you make. I mean, that's always true, but it's going to be especially true here in May, because she can either choose to go left or to go right. She can either choose to invest her money and reap I also call this card the return on investment card, or to fritter it away and, buy something that isn't going to last. So, real focus for you middle of May, Gemini, on your decision making regarding money is really what I'm getting from these cards. And I see 5 of air in reverse. This card is called fear. Interesting that this is surrounded by fear and insecurity. This very wealthy card and very good money card, both good as far as making decisions regarding money, but they're surrounded by this insecurity and fear. So what can you remove? What is this sort of like black raven or black crow that's surrounding you regarding money, Gemini? What's this old stuff that you can get rid of? 5 of air, 5 of swords is usually a fruitless victory. Like, are you trying to prove sometimes I see with this that it's like spending money to prove to someone else that you're good enough. And it's empty. Both 5s here, it's empty. It's fruitless. There's loss here. Is there something, and maybe I can go back to this devil card, where is there something that you're pouring your money into that it's draining you of your wealth because of insecurity or fear? Is that what's going on, Gemini? Or is there something that you could get rid of so that you can actually experience the excuse me, wonderful accumulation of wealth that's sitting right here for you in the middle of May? I'm going to say this new moon in Taurus, because it's that earth energy, it's related to money and possessions, it's a new opportunity to remove any fears, doubts, or resistance you have against being this abundant Queen of Coins or receiving this 10 of Coins financial security. It's really like saying, here it is. If you want it, you just have to remove your insecurity and fear. Get rid of this raven that's picking at you. And it may have something to do with this devil card. Like whatever it is, shopping addiction, gambling, whatever is causing these to be upside down, Gemini, just, set that bird free. Because it's appearing both here in the insecurity 5 of Coins loss card and in this 5 of Swords, 5 of air fear card. It might be that you're afraid of being successful and rich. Or if you are, it may be that you're afraid of, making an investment, that there's something going on here and it's related to, look at this, the devil card. What is it that stops you? What is it that restricts you? This devil is sort of like the master of the crow of insecurity and the crow of fear. So you just have to set that free and then you get access to this. And also, by the way, it's right in here with this Four of Earth, security. Very interesting dynamic going on here. So look at that, Gemini, and see if there's something that you can release. And then all this, it's almost like there's a big stack of coins waiting for you here. If you can chip away at a way to get to it. So that's what I'm going to invite you. And that new moon in Taurus is a great time to sow seeds for like new beliefs around money, new dreams even, saying, I'd like to have this much in the bank. Or I'd like to, coins can be money, but it can also be physical things like a healthy body. It relates to anything in the physical world. It could be possessions, assets, things we value. So it's related to all of that, Gemini. And then I see we have Four of Fire here towards the end of the month. This is related to the home, celebration. It's called here completion. It really is a stabilizing card. And you've got 2 4s around the card of endurance. This last part of the month is very stabilizing for you. We've got the Son of Earth, which is the Knight of Earth, who here, this is very interesting because he is someone who he's known as the salesman card, the Knight of Earth. This is actually the same card that the United States has. And he drives a hard bargain. He moves really slow. He makes good decisions, especially financial decisions. He takes his time. This is very stabilizing energy. And this is home. This is endurance, standing up for what you believe in, pressing through, success despite adversity. And even with this security card in reverse, this is Four of Coins, holding on to what you've got. I'm just seeing there may be some fear regarding money here. Again, insecurity, fear, security being in reverse. But I'm also seeing that you push through it. You have success despite adversity, and that you implement some good changes, that are steadfast, that you maybe study some things, that you adhere. This is really, for me, especially in this reading, adhering to a budget. It's not the most exciting, fun thing, but I really see this. With this full moon in your 7th house in relationships and partnerships, I actually see that attending to business here is going to help with your relationships as well, Gemini. I'm really just seeing like time to just count your pennies, time to let go of any sort of doubts or fears or insecurities about money that bind you and that tie you up. I see you pushing through it. It's going to be sort of like climbing up a hill. It'll feel like effort, but you get through it. And you get to this place of making good decisions, sound decisions, being practical, being established and grounded. And this new moon in Taurus is going to really help you with that. You could actually see some nice developments in that area over the course of the next 6 months, Gemini, when we get the full moon in Taurus, and you'll see all your work paying off. And maybe by that time, you'll see this Queen of Coins and 10 of Coins in full bloom. This could be you by then. So that's my reading for you, Gemini, for May. Looks like there's a lot of focus on finances this month for you, as well as relationships, especially towards that full moon in Sagittarius. And, creating around the middle of the month this new path for something that has maybe been sitting in your dreams for a while. Try to reevaluate that and maybe create something new with this new thing that you're implementing. Anyway, that's my reading for you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Gemini who you think might enjoy it. As always, you could book a personal reading with me on my website. I do Celtic Cross, I do Shadow Highlight, relationship readings, numerology, astrology readings, 1 hour readings, half an hour readings, 3-card readings. There's a lot of different things available, so feel free to check that out. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the Stars.